Yo, what is up guys, it's Pedro here. In today's video, I'll be talking about a report that says the Washington Commanders are interested in Deebo Samuel and just talking about the possibility of the Commanders trading for him in general. Would he be a good fit for this Commanders offense, and would the price tag that comes along with it be worth it? If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe. We're really close to 15,000, less than 50 away, so just hit that button. It's free. Take a chance on me. Less than 40% of y'all are subscribed, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So Deebo requested a trade. This was what, last week, or actually not last week, a few days ago, and he requested a trade, or he was granted the ability to find a trade partner. His agent was. And this comes after Samuel asked San Fran to trade him during the players' exit meetings after the season. It was a hard conversation to have with Kyle Shanahan because of the relationship we have, but whatever. He has to do what he has to do. So Deebo, is a star in this league, one of the supposed best players in the at his position. I am not a big Deebo fan though. I don't think the Washington Commanders should go after him. That's just me though. I know some people are big Deebo fans, but for me, I just don't think it makes sense, a lot of sense for the Washington Commanders. I think there's better options out there on the table than Deebo Samuel. So this is from Washington Today. So he does have sources. He's connected. I don't know exactly how many followers he has on Insta, but has like 100, 200K, one of the biggest Insta accounts out there for Washington. Said that Commanders have interested in trading for Deebo. I've seen some other minor reports out there. This video isn't really about that. Isn't really about them reportedly being interested in them. That's just the title of the video. That's what we're talking about in terms of, does Deebo to the Commanders make sense, and should they do it? Because it's reported that they have interest in him. That's fine. We'll just have to wait and see what actually happens. But does it make sense for the Commanders? And obviously they have a connection. Adam Peters was in San Francisco when Deebo got drafted. Martin Mayhew was there, and he's still in the building. And then, Anthony Lynn was there too. Obviously actually, it is a little bit of a connection there because, Deebo played running back a little bit in term, not, officially, but he took a lot of carries. So I'm sure he was in the meeting room with Anthony Lynn a little bit that year that Lynn was there. So definitely has a connection. Deebo, the stats surprised me. And I knew he had that one really good year, and that was 2021, and, had 1,400 yards, 6 touchdowns. And then and 8 rushing touchdowns. That's crazy. 8 rushing touchdowns. But he's had one season over 900 yards in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. That was surprising to me, and I thought, maybe, there were some injuries there, and, there are some minor injuries, like obviously 2020 he only played 7 games, but besides that, he's been relatively healthy, 15, 16, 13, 15, he misses a couple of games here and there, but not enough to really make that much of a difference where he doesn't get, 900 yards. This year, he was the, supposed to be the number one option after Ayuk, whatever, I think it was a torn ACL. And then, Juwan Jennings ended up being the number one option because Deebo just wasn't doing that well. He's had 670 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's fine, just not good for a guy that's getting paid as much as he is. And he was a little bit, looked a little chubby for what he usually is, and looked a little bit slow out there, was dropping passes, was having fights with teammates, and talking to the media a little crazy, and, saying just weird stuff when you're not balling out too. It's not just your teammates. And for me, that's not something I think the Commanders need. I really don't. I think they can, he probably does fit the offense. They do a lot of short passes, a lot of screens, a lot of, they do some slants and stuff like that, where it probably would work with Deebo if he does, get in a little bit better football shape, because he's not, he's not fat. He's just, not what he was in 2022-ish, 2021. But I think, he does fit the offense. And if they do go after him, I'm going to trust Peters because obviously he worked in San Francisco. He knows Deebo well, and he's going to know if it's worth it or not to go after him. But for me, it's just not something that I would do. You got better options there, out there for cheaper. Chris Godwin would be a good option in my opinion. You don't have to trade for him. You can just sign him. Darius Slayton's not the same type of player, but I wouldn't mind him as well for, much cheaper than Deebo. Probably the compensation would be a day 3 pick, like I would say like a 5th-ish round pick. And I don't know about the contract, what would happen there. I mean, I can look it up, what Deebo Samuel contract, because I know he got paid. So we'll go to Spot Track here, and this is 2025 cap hit is $16 million. It's just, it's not super high, but for him, I feel like that's kind of high for the type of player he is. So, they have some dead money there. I don't think that would be worth it for the Commanders. $16 million cap hit. Again, I much rather use that money on another receiver, and you don't have to give up draft compensation for him. Again, that's just me. I know some people like Deebo and the star, appeal of his name, but yeah, let's see. All right, if they want to trade him pre-June 1st, it would be dead money it would be a big dead money hit for the 49ers. So $31.5 million and cap savings of 16. So it'd still help them out a little bit as well. See, his contract valuation's at like $7.75 million. So not very high. So that's how they value him. I think that's how if I'm reading it correctly, I think that's what it says. But yeah, overall, if they go ahead and get Deebo, I'm gonna trust Adam Peters because again, he's worked with Deebo in San Francisco and some of the other coaches and front office guys here. But for me, it's just not worth the price, the drama, and I just don't necessarily think he's a guy that will fit what the Commanders are building right now. I could be wrong. It could be that the Commanders trade for him, and in a year, he has a great season, and I'm eating crow, and I'm just, I'm wrong. And hopefully that's the case if they do sign him. And if they do sign him, I'll get on board with it. But right now, I think there's just better options. So that is it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Talked about Bobby Price yesterday, who the Commanders signed, cornerback. Go ahead and check that out. Check that video out. Very athletic guy. Played in the NFL for 5 years. Was on the practice squad this year. He's built like a, bigger cornerback, 6'3", 6'4", has the athletic tools, so maybe can do something here. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoy it, and peace.